What's up, everybody, and welcome to a new review video. I am your host, Local Lizard Man, and today we're reviewing Seventh Guest VR. Now, this is a VR remake of a game from, I want to say, 93, if not mistaken. I didn't even know that when I was given... By the way, thank you to Evolve for the code for this. I can put that out there. I did not know that about it when I first, requested it. I just thought it looked cool. But I went back and watched some gameplay of the original to kind of compare it to this. This took a little longer than I had hoped. I hoped to have this review out last week. I'm not great at puzzle games, but I wanted to get through it because, but I really enjoyed this. This was one of the first games I played on PSVR 2. It's the first non-music game I played, I should specify. And yeah, I had a blast with this. First, story and lore, which is 6 guests are invited to the Stauf mansion, with a mysterious 7th guest who is uninvited but sneaks his way in. And you are going in there to find out what happened that night. This goes right into the gameplay, which is you have I want to say it's called Spirit Lamp, if I remember correctly. And what you do is, as you aim that Spirit Lamp places, it will show, because you're in it in this dark, say present day. It's not present day, but, you're in there on that day. And as you shine the Spirit Lamp, it shines back to the day all of this happened. So, what you see in the lamp light is from that day. It's really neat. It's really unique setup. We get to the puzzles. Like I said, I am not the biggest puzzle fan. But that doesn't matter because I enjoy doing these. Like I said, it took me so long because I'm not great, but I enjoyed them. There was a train puzzle that took me way too long to figure out, but I had a really good time doing it. As you're exploring this house, you're exploring these bedrooms, these dining room, library, all these places in this house. There are puzzles in each one, which give you hints and details towards the story of what happened that night. And there's pictures you can pick up which tell the story of Stauf and his past. It was such a fun time. I haven't had a puzzle game really grab me like this in, I can't even think of how long. Because it's just, it's that good. It's that well made. The remnants of the people that were there that night are FMV, but it's a weirdly put in FMV, almost cheesy. But I really like that because that's what it was like back in the day, in the original. And I just found that so cool. It did stick out a little bit, I won't lie, but I found the charm in it. And I'm not holding it against that at all. The game is very beautiful. I've got to give it that. And maybe I'm a little biased in giving it a little extra bonus here because I'm not used to seeing games on the PSVR 2 yet. But it was very beautiful. It was fun to look around this place with the Spirit Lamp and see everything in the before times, and the way it's instantaneous, just viewing all this from back in that time. I'm not gonna say why, but when you are holding the Spirit Lamp, look at the paintings. It's just so neat. I love the way this all plays out, and I found myself enjoying it the whole way through. It's a very fun game, and it kept me wanting to know what is going to happen next. What happened to these folks? It was really neat, and I cannot recommend this game enough. If you have a VR unit, I highly, highly recommend it. And if you're, I guess I was gonna say if you're into like mystery, I recommend it, but you kind of need a VR anyhow. So just if you have a VR unit, I highly recommend this. The Seventh Guest VR is one of my favorite VR games I've played in years, honestly. And I did not expect to be saying that when I booted it up for the first time. Thanks everybody for joining me. That has been my review of the Seventh Guest VR for PlayStation VR 2, and I believe it is on the MetaQuest 2 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe on other things, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Thank you for joining me on this little review adventure. I'll be back soon with a new episode, and until then, good night, listener. Good night.